Viewers, I've got some more goodies today. This is a, not quite sure the exact model yet, but this is a five valve shortwave equivalent of the Astor JJ from 1946. The JJ only has medium wave only, and a volume and a tuning knob, that's it, and 4 valves. This is very similar, but has the band switch on off, tuning and volume, and 5 valves, a shortwave. There's a 6v6G, the audio output, 5Y3G rectifier. That'd be a, that's the, have to look at the valve mixer oscillator. I can't remember my tongue now. Yeah, but the IF amp in there, not an IF stage, audio frequency preamp stage. Goat cans are a bit rusted. Yeah, danger. This equipment operates at a dangerous electrical pressure. No adjustments to the interiors to be made unless disconnected from the supply mains. There's no way in hell I'm going to plug this cord in. It's all crackled up. It's all cracking inside. The rubbers are just gone to Googled. Gone to googly. Yeah, it's starting to crumble. Yeah, it's starting to crackle and crumble internally. Nice old HPM Bakelite plug top. That will clean up okay. Let's get out of the case and give it a look under the chassis. Nice old roller speaker, roller Celestion. The only thing wrong is missing the dial cord, but the actual mate, it's got 2. It's got one that goes around that idler, the pulley, and goes around to that dial, and that's it. The main drive runs okay, so that'll be an easy enough repair. Get the antenna, and that's the earth. No, that's the antenna there, that's the earth. Well, let's open it up and see what it's like under the chassis. This is all untouched, so another good bargain, this one. It's all original. No one's ever been inside this thing. This will clean up real well. Using the rubber and the speaker that holds this on's all gone buggery. I got some suspension damage. That should be an easy fix though. Dial lamps, it smells good in here. It smells real good. Oh, look at that. Gibbler dry electric capacitor. English capacitor. 1, 2, 3 electrolytics under the chassis, and there's 2 on the top of the chassis. And these are the paper wax caps. The coil with the oscillator coil for shortwave. Yeah, that wire there's all crumbly. Look at that. Rubber's just gone. Audio output. Manufactured by Roller Co. Australia. Proprietary Limited in Melbourne. There's a band switch. Oh, the wiring. As long as I don't disturb that too much, it should not pose a short. As long as I'm not being moved around and not going to short anywhere, I'll leave them alone. That's the audio, and you can switch it between pickup. Yeah, one's for pickup. You put it in here for pickup. You got here and here, and you can plug in your plug my iPod into that. That's there's the tuning. That moves nice and freely. There's a 6A8G, that's what that is. Philips mini watt. I'll always close the tuning capacitor is fully closed so I don't risk bending the fins. And there's the rest of the tuning cord. A dial string. Just broken away over the years and fallen off. Anyway, I'll get the soldering iron out. These solder one of these at a time, and we'll test these at the ESR meter. See if they're any good. Then I can proceed with the restoration. I guess I'm wrong about that. Someone stuck that on there before me, and put the grill cloth, stuck it to that instead of sticking it to this the clips to hold it in the case. And this 8 microfarad here, it's been snipped out of circuit and replaced with this one. So that's had one repair in the past. That's the only thing, like I said, that's been done to this radio. That's a pretty elusive. That capacitor be at least early to mid 50s, that one. So I reckon in the 50s sometime this has been repaired. That capacitor's been taken out of circuit and replaced with this one. There's a date code and an audio transformer. 7th of March 1949. Anyway, that tested bad, but that tested good. And that electrolytic there tested good. So this is all in good nick. 8 microfarad goes there across that one, which is a 16 microfarad. Australian made G-Con. Where the lead to that one originally would have been, I don't know, I yet to find a schematic for this. Yeah, that's been done, I reckon in the 50s or something, that's been taken out and replaced with this one. Anyway, let's replace this one. It's a 25 microfarad 40 volt. See if I can try and find one to fit inside this case. Keep it authentic if I can. May even have one in my capacitor stash out of another radio that might have reformed. So let's see if we can find one to fit in there for authenticity. I'm going to keep this thing authentic. Taking out a replacement out of another radio. I've tested it. I've tested okay in the ESR meter, so I chucked it in. Oh, I'm going to do a different method to test these for leakage, using the audio method. You put a speaker in series with any of these capacitors, and if some values are cut out to high notes, the speaker act like a tweeter, and if it doesn't work, they're open. If nothing happens, I think that they leak. That means they're leaking. Either way, they will charge up, and the sound will change. If the sound goes back, that means it's charged. And I think it should maintain that, but if it doesn't charge, you'll notice it doesn't change much, then that's how you tell if they're leaky. So anyway, let's test some of these first. They're a bit too lower microfarad below range of this, but we'll see what happens. They were just so low capacitance. Okay, moment of truth, I've got the power cord installed. Earthing's done. Normally I wouldn't botch it up like that, but trying to save a little bit of money instead of buying some cloth cord. This cord's probably a bit stiff, but it'll do. Okay, low powered ballast. Let's give it a test. Blown dial lamp. The valves are going to use more power as they warm up. Dirty connection there. Dirty connection somewhere. Anyway, turn it off, turn it off. That's not anything's happening, so suspect something may be shorted. So we'll check these capacitors again. Well, this is a lower power ballast, much lower than what the transformer in that is capable of under load in the radio. You don't want to risk burning anything out, so lower power ballast as you can. Check the wiring, much none of this wiring shorted. Haven't bumped anything, no, wiring's okay. Nothing shorting together there, no, everything's alright there. Yeah, I might start replacing capacitors anyway, I think, even though they might pass the audio test. Start with the ones over here, I'll just move that out of the way. 0.01, yeah, we'll start replacing these ones. The common values, I'll start with those first, and we'll go from there. Okay, audio is working. We've got audio. Alright. Alright. Everything says that you've nothing getting warm. Yeah, nothing's getting warm, so I might as well take the ballast off and go on full whack. Everything seems to be going quite well. Might add a bit of contact cleaner there. There's some dirty connections in there. Power on without the ballast. Uh-oh, got some shorter capacitors, I think. Gosh, straight pull it by the looks of it. Alright, we'll switch off. Gotta check for some shorted capacitors. I reckon one of those paper wax capacitors might have gone a bit short. Unplug safety first. Okay, very carefully checked over all the components. Nothing got pushed out, nothing's been damaged. But I've found this capacitor got a bit warm. I think this one's bad. Even though I tested it with the ESR meter. Yeah, an Australian made G-Con is now googled. ESR meter told me otherwise. Yeah, that's connected to this capacitor here, which isn't warm. So if I temporarily desolder it out of the circuit, then test it and see what it says. But just got to be very careful when the things are shorted. Unplug. So I didn't damage any valves or any transformers or anything or any coils, so it's good, everything's fine. Yeah, the ESR meter said this one was okay. Yeah. I'll desolder it, give it another check. If it's bad, I'll replace it. And I'll desolder this other one here out of the circuit and check that one as well. That's a 16 microfarad G-Con. So that one there has been taken out of the circuit and replaced with this one. I know. Actually, there's rubber on the bottom of that, and it looks like it's actually expanded and swollen. It's not hot from any shorts or anything, but it has got a vent in the side. So if I take that out of the circuit temporarily and I put the ESR meter on that, see what it says. Got all those bloody wires connected to it there. I was going to desolder all those three there and just ESR meter it and see what that says. Test it properly. 10 microfarad, 0.4 ohms, that tested okay. I think 600 volt peak. That's quite a high voltage one actually. I've only got 450 volt peak replacements. Anyway, I'll desolder these three and check this big capacitor out, and then we'll test the ESR meter. I think that's what the problem is, because power was going through that, it was not going anywhere else. It was being blocked by that capacitor, stopping signal getting to the IF transformers and stopping the signal getting through the valves and into the amplifier circuit. So I had audio, nothing else. So that tells me that capacitor is shorted. So that was getting heated up, that was getting all the power, and it couldn't go anywhere else but in there. So unplug safety first I did, before any damage occurred. So that capacitor is definitely shorted. It's stopping all the signal getting to the rest of the radio circuit. So that powers through that cord to the IF transformer. So it goes through here first, that capacitor, to the oscillator valve. And the other wire goes here to the first IF. And one goes here to the audio, couples to the audio stage. Yep, that capacitor's definitely shorted. Luckily, nothing else got damaged. It stopped there, and this is the only thing that got stressed. So I'll see if I can, that may be okay. It did test alright, so luckily I didn't damage that. But we'll desolder these three and we'll go from there. Might be a challenge to replace this cord though. I'll try not to disturb them too much. I'll see how good I can get. But that's definitely our culprit. I'm going to find a 16 microfarad 525 volt peak capacitor, so we'll desolder it, test it, and I can guarantee that's shorted. What a bloody nightmare. Not having a right bloody capacitor is just a pain in the ass, but I have not got a 16 microfarad at that voltage of replacement for it, so I had to substitute a 10 at that voltage. 6 microfarad short, but might get a little tiny bit of harm, but hopefully it may work okay. But basically I've had to substitute a terminal strip. I had to replace one of these terminal strips and didn't want to drill a hole and put a screw in a chassis and ruin the authenticity of the radio. yeah, ruin its originality. So what I did, I soldered the middle lug where it would normally rivet. I soldered it and soldered it to the ground, a ground soldering point. So they've all got soldered down. I'm using one side of the terminal ship to terminate our 3 wires. 2 of them I had to replace. One was too short, and this one was so badly broken up and very highly prone to shorting, so I replaced them. So they've been replaced. Basically, they're all terminated to the positive. You can see how dried out that bloody thing is. It's definitely that capacitor. That capacitor's definitely googled. Bloody thing. They went through that. They all tied. All the positives tied into that. Then went through the capacitor, then the ground. I've done the same thing going through a terminal ship, through the capacitor, then the ground. How it was. So it should work now. Better cut off these though. So neaten up my work. Make it look nice and pretty. Make sure there's no shorts, make sure you've got good connections. And there we are, I'll leave that there for authenticity. There you go. Everything should work okay. That's definitely the right way around. Alright, I think we're good to go. Let's rack it the other way and set it back upright and see what happens. Hopefully the radio signals will come through like they should. Moment of truth. I did give it a bit of a spray. Those bearings are hard. That thing was bending and warping and hitting this. It was that hard to turn. That's been lubricated. The bearings in that tuning gang are not moved in a long time. Got some speaker repairs to do.
Under control.
Oh, look at that! Spot on!
Delicious cake for our Christmas.
You placed the order?
Now I did have a dirty connection. That switch was badly dirty. I was not getting signal through that at all. So switching it back and forth a bunch of times
Deacon Avenue, 5
solved it good.
2205.
Scraping through the wire.
San Mateo Avenue, Mildura. Right behind the Gateway Tavern. ADK Mildura. We care for your care.
If you're heading off road, down the beaten track, out of
Needs
town
help.
this
We got
weekend,
that
then
to
you
fix. Got to put a dust cap on that.
or keep
The line. Welcome to the program, Joe.
It's working pretty good.
Very well, thanks. What do you know about this issue?
For a shortwave. Dirty tuning, fins of that tuning capacitor got crap in it. Gotta clean that. Actually, they're bloody bent. Look at that. Someone's bloody bent them. No shortwave. This must be the tone. Yeah. Gotta fix that tuning gang, it's shorting.
Okay, so yeah, the people need to be better informed.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely the tone control. Works quite well. Beautiful. Works quite well. Right, now it's going to fix up the that speaker, clean up the rest of the controls, and she's pretty much good to go. Sweet. Alright. Just got to get this bloody dial cord sorted out. That's the next part. Find a schematic which will tell me where the dial cord strings up. And that'll clip back in there once I get this case cleaned up. And much easier to turn now. No scratching.
Christmas Calder is close to fatal accident approximately 8 kilometres north of Iron. The Australian Inland Botanical Gardens put on a Saturday brekkie on the 4th.
Working quite well this radio.
30 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Yeah, the dial record's the hardest part. Without the schematic, that's the hardest part.
Prepared by volunteers. You can wash it down with a beautiful coffee or orange juice. It's all at the Australian Inland Botanical Garden.
Straighten some of those fins out, no more scraping. I said before. That's and dusting with the compressed air. Just gotta get that speaker sorted out. Fix up the grid suspension back up. Whack it on dust cut, and that's pretty much done. Then I can move on to getting the case nice and shined up. This is bloody hard to move though for a dial cord. I'm gonna have to work on that. Maybe bend it out a bit so it's not so tight. That's been grabbing and binding. That's probably how that broke in the first place. So the previous owners tried to fix it, but I think it's got to go around there once. But the trick is you got to get this moving the right way.
Tailor make and fit canvas and shade cloth walls. Flat kits, roof rafters. These products stabilise your rollout awning and provide inbuilt tracks for walls to be.
Tone works good.
High canvas also supplies replacement awning skins.
Lots of bass.
Full canvas repair service.
Shortwave. I've got to wait till tonight. No. Nothing on shortwave. I've got to wait till tonight. I put a big antenna up, I reckon I could pick up pizza stations. Bit scrapey in shortwave anyway. Should come up with a good clean.
Perfect outcome. Spanos Electrical, a local tradesman with local knowledge and experience, servicing Sunraysia and surrounds. Phone Daniel on 0419 253 409.
This will sound really good once I get that speaker fixed, so I won't play too much bass to it.
Spanos Electrical.
I don't want to destroy it even more by bassing it too much. But this will be part one for now. So, thanks for watching.